Our country, under any circumstances, always delivers its responsibilities as allies. But despite of this, our allies are talking different to our face, but doing other things at our back. And this is undeniably clear now. Despite all this, Turkey's attitude is always with peace and happiness, and it will be this way. In the Syria issue in North Africa and Middle Eastern, geography is a project of redesigning of the region. Before all the conflict in Syria, we have showed our attitude to Syria, and we recommended them to be with democracy and goodwill. Especially all the people that were in that country and weren't even considered as citizens, our Kurdish brothers, they were under pressure. Our Turkmen brothers as well were under pressure, and we were insisting for them to be given their rights. I have told Assad many times as a leader, but unfortunately, all these initiations were not considered. On the contrary, oppression was chosen. Over 1 million people lost their lives during this crisis in Syria. This is how it started. In the last 8 years, half of the population of Syria, 12 million people, have to leave their homes and go to other countries, and there's been conflict. 6 million Syrians who left their country and went to other countries, 4 million of them came to our country. 3.6 million of them are Arabic, Turkmen and Yazidis. But 350,000 of them, all of the 350,000 of them are Kurdish, and these came from Kobani predominantly. And 4 million at the moment came from Syria. Pay attention to this. Almost all of them who are Arabic, unfortunately, I don't even want to use this expression, but the Arab League, it's not suitable for the Arab League. Arab League, how many Syrians did you accept, Arab League? I want to ask you. You kicked out Syria from Arab League, and now you are insulting Turkey. You're trying to take over Syria. This is what we're experiencing, this chaos environment. All the powers who took advantage of this chaos and invented this machine called Daesh. In Arab League today, regarding these refugees, have they ever gave a penny for the help of refugees? European Union, 3 billion euros they sent to the Red Crescent, but they promised 6 billion euros. But even if this money comes or not, we spent $40 billion. We spent over $40 billion. The places that Daesh are active, these are the places that all our people in our region live. This savage group has nothing to do with Islam, and they are the biggest enemy of Muslims and a shame for the Muslims. Every time there was a step that could be taken for the benefit of Muslims, Daesh as a factor is always in the way. Of course, Daesh as a project that has been developed as a project. And all these countries who are responsible for this project, they look like they are the biggest enemies of Daesh. But we know who played what role in creating this project Daesh. What started the collapse of Daesh? It's us. Where did we start this? In El Bab. And in there, 3,000 Daesh members were neutralized. It was us who did that. But especially FETÖ members always made black propaganda saying as though we are loyal to Daesh. This is like a balloon. It's always been bloated. And this organization who can only harm civilians, we fought with them. As I expressed earlier, we have neutralized 3,000 terrorists of Daesh. After Euphrates Shield operation in Syria, we have taken, or we offered to liberate other places that are occupied by Daesh. Even our operation plan was ready. But at that time, they couldn't understand. But we now see the reasons very well. At that time, instead of a legitimate power as Turkey, they have chosen YPG, PKK, that this was their choice. And they're still together. Terrorists, when they make a demonstration in France, we were there in France to share their pain. But Daesh killed 50, 100 people, many suicide attacks in our country, but we had no one with us. The issue is not Daesh or PKK, it's only a project in our region. It's very clear. Every step we take, we always see this very clearly. In this situation, we had two options. We were either going to play the role that was written for us by the West, and the ones that were going to come right at our doorstep, we were going to allow this, and we were going to put our own neck under the guillotine, or we were going to put a fight on.